Euler's method basically it involves calculating first degree first order differential equations, right? So suppose we have a equation. Let's define, briefly go through the theory so that we know what we are doing. Okay. Okay. So basically, in Euler's method, if you have a function, something function is changing like this, and these are known as initial value problems, right? So you probably have an initial value that is given, that the value of y0 at x0. Okay, so these are the initial values, they are given. Okay, and you have a differential equation which is some dy by dx, okay, which is a function of x and y. Okay, and we want to evaluate the values of y at certain different time, or maybe we want to replicate this curve. Okay, so you need a starting point. So let's say this is the starting point where the function value is y0, and this is the value is differentiation. If you look at what differentiation is doing, so dy by dx is basically nothing but change in it's the slope, right? So it's the change in y by change in x, right? So if I look at a tangent slope here, let me draw a tangent slope. So at this point, if I draw a tangent, all right, there you go, that is my tangent line. Okay, now by definition I know, okay, that dy by dx, what is this? This is y minus y0 by x minus x0, right? So at some point, let's say this is my value of y, okay, and this is my other point, which is let's say x1. Let me call this y1. Okay, so I will define this as y1. Okay, and this is x1. Okay, so now I know y1 minus y0 divided by x1 minus x0. This is what dy by dx is. Okay, so again, you see the slope is touching at this point, but actually the function is following this green line. So there is some error. Okay, and that error is basically controlled by the step size that you are moving your tangential line to. Okay, so if I choose a smaller step size, you can see that a smaller step size, let's say half of this step size would be somewhere here, and there is less error between my actual tangent line and my actual value of the function. Okay, however, if I choose a double step size, then you can see that the double step size will go somewhere here, and now I'm getting a much more error between the actual function and actual value. Okay, so the step size is very important. Okay, so step size, which is nothing but x1 minus x0, usually we write it as h, is very important in controlling the error that is happening when you are trying to replicate this green function by using the Euler's method, by using this relationship. Okay, so this equation here I can just write as y1 minus y0 divided by h, that is my step size. Okay, and so that will tell me that y1 equals to y0 plus h times dy by dx. Okay, so y1 h goes on the other side times dy by dx. Okay, and if y0 goes, and it becomes positive. So that is my actual equation. Okay, yn is just whatever y0 plus h times dy by dx. Okay, so that is what I'm doing when I'm using this step size to move tangentially and replicate whatever function I have with this Euler's method. Okay, so there are this whole family of methods is Euler's method, RK4 method, RK2 method, modified Euler's method. They all do the same thing. It's basically you're controlling this step size. You're trying to draw a better slope so that as you move along and try to create this curve, you are reducing the error. Okay, so in Scilab, if you go back, let's look at the function in Scilab that we want to replicate. Okay, so basically I have defined here, we start with the CLC. This is just clear console command. Okay, CLF is just clear figure command, because sometimes I'm going to execute the code is going to generate a figure. So you see the last figure is already here. So if I want to clear this figure, I will just if I execute this, it will clear that figure, you see, so that the figure is gone. So CLF commands actually clears the figure. Okay. So here I'm simply defining my differential equation as y dot, dy by dx is just y dot. You can write anything here, it doesn't matter. Is equal to this Euler's identity, and I'm just saying that this function is dependent on x and y variables. Okay. So what is my actual function? The actual function that I want to do is this function 2 minus 2y minus exponential of minus 4x. Okay, so this is the function. Dy by dx is 2 minus 2y minus exponential of minus 4x. Okay, so this is the actual function. So if you're interested in how the function looks like, I have plotted this function on Desmos. I hope all the mathematics students are using this. It's a very good visualization tool. So I have plotted this equation. You see dy by dx is 2 minus 2y. So it looks something like this. Okay, so the value becomes 1 as soon as it reaches 1, right? So that's how it progresses. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to start with the initial conditions. So what I'm doing here is I'm asking the user to enter the initial value of x0 and enter the initial value of y0. Okay, so initial value of x0 is 0. Okay, and y0 is actually 1. Okay, and there you go. And now it is asking me what step size you want. Okay, so let me choose a step size of 0.1. Okay, for to begin with. And it is asking me up to what xn value I want to go. So how many times I want to do the iteration, right? So if I start at value of 1, should I go to 2 or 3 or 4 or what? So let's just go to 3. Okay. And so here you can see all the calculations. You see, you're seeing all the output come that you know, the value goes from 0.925 to 0.88 and all this stuff. Okay, so it's changing, and it's basically converging to 0.9987 something. Okay, let's see, where is our plot? This is our plot here. This is how it starts. Okay, so there you go. So it's reaching 1. Okay, so our starting point was 1. Intentionally I changed it. Actually, if you look at the figure in the program, let's see, actual value at x equals to 0 is 0.5. Okay, so I can do that as well. I can try to be more accurate. You know, I started actually at 1, and then it replicated you know, this actual profile, you see. So I started at 1 and it went here. So I could have started with a much more accurate value. Okay, let's try that. Let's again execute this program. Okay, and now again I'm going to say initial value of x0 is 0. Okay, okay, and initial value of this is 0.5. Let's say, or let's go step by step. Let's start with 0.75. Okay, and again I want to go step size of 0.1. And final value, let's again keep as 3. And let's see our output curve here. You see, so now it is it's much more accurate. So it doesn't have that hump here. Okay, so it is much more closely following the profile of the actual function, which is this function. Okay, again, you know, I started with 0.75. That is somewhere value is here. Okay, so now it is it draws the first tangent and then it starts following the actual function. You see. So how is it done in the program? You see, here I have defined, you know, x0, get the input from the user, y0, get another input from the user, h will be the step size, and x will go, you see, it will go from the initial value to the final value with a step size of whatever you define. So for example, here in the previous problem, we chose a step size of 0.1, right? So if I change that, if I execute the code and I again do this, I start with 0, okay, and I start with 0.7 this time, and now I can choose a step size of 0.2 if I want. Okay, so if I choose that and I want to go to 6, see, so now it has a step size of 0.2. You see, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6. So you can define the step size that you want. Okay, and depending on the step size, uh, you can see that the slope here is very abrupt. Okay, so it becomes that because you are choosing a larger step size. Okay, so your error will be affected. Okay, now the actual function to calculate the differential equation in Scilab is given as ODE. Okay, so basically all you have to do is you have to define a variable, whatever that variable is. Here you can define as y, and ODE is a predefined function that calculates all the ordinary differential equations in Scilab. Okay, and what you have to do is you have to define the initial conditions. Obviously you have to define what y0 is, what x0 is, which we have taken as input from the user. Okay, and it's a function of x. That's what we are doing. We are plotting that with respect to x. We are calculating the value of this function, and the function itself we have defined as this function Euler, which is defined here. That Euler actually is this differential equation that we want to solve. Okay, and then all we are doing is we are displaying the values and we are displaying the plot. Okay.